Hello friends, now my explanation will start with health related challenges in study. First, we have to understand that any country's actual asset is health of the population, because if the people are weak in the health, such countries population is not productive population. We all have to understand it, and according to that we have to take a decision that what we will do for our preparation, right my friends? Okay, one thing more. So here you have to keep in your mind one small question, that health is an important and valuable assets means property. All time asset does not mean by the building, by the gold, by the money in the bank. No, not by that. But asset means what is useful for development. In that way, health is our assets. Okay. In order to make an individual's family and the social life great or better, it is must to see that a person should be healthy, because healthy person is always required for the development of nations. And in that way, as far as concerned to the India as a developing nation, our main focus is on population growth, try to restrict it. So many programs and schemes have already taken in progress. Second point regarding health, we are concentrate that about common and major diseases, including epidemics also. Thereafter, malnutritious condition. Malnutritious means less vitamins are going in the body of the person. Thereafter, handicapped person. See, handicapped people is somehow less productive or non-productive. Such kind of population, if is more, then it is harming to the development status of the nation, because these kind of the people are not earning more, not producing more, but the families have to feed them. See, it is not a matter of worry, but it is a major and the dangerous aspect affecting to our development status of the nation. Okay, some contagious diseases we have, as like AIDS, mental disorder, detention. Yes, they say these days psychological stress and the problems are increasing more, so it is a more problematic thing. Expenditure on the health is increasing just due to these things, and it is improving quality of life, but also an investment in human resource development. So India has to concentrate more in field of health for make it progressive change. Okay, here it does not mean that we have not taken any step. We have already taken some steps, but these steps have not completed enough requirement of the progress. Some vaccination programs have started in India. BCG, OPV. OPV is for polio, and BCG is for tuberculosis, which is shortly spoken as the TB. Hepatitis B, DPT, diphtheria. Diphtheria means DPT means diphtheria, pertussis, and tetanus. These three kind of the disease are trying to be prevent in our body by vaccination. And MMR, measles and typhoid. Here these names of vaccination which I have stated, you have to keep in your mind for short forms as like OPV. Write down in the list in your notebook OPV, BCG, DPT. These short forms usually ask, I repeat, OPV used for polio, BCG taken for preventing tuberculosis in body, and DPT for preventing disease like diphtheria, pertussis and tetanus. Okay. Now in India some campaigns have already taken in progress for reducing deficiency of iodine, vitamins and iron. Earlier we have studied that the problem of the malnutrition. So by this kind of vaccination and the programs, the problem of the malnutrition could be reduced. Okay. Some diseases have been already eradicated. Now you have to keep in your mind the list of the diseases. This could be important for one line question. Plague, smallpox and leprosy. And nowadays leprosy has become the history. That is a good sign. Earlier TB was already declared that its numbers have been completely zero, but again it has started to re-establish in India. So it's a matter. Okay. Some diseases like measles, chickenpox, malaria, dengue, hepatitis, leprosy, tuberculosis, diabetes, cancer, heart disease have been already controlled now. So it does not mean that these problems are not arising but come in control very easily due to the vaccination have already found by we all. Right, my friends? Okay. One thing more. As a result of all these things, we have tried to decline the birth rate. It does not mean the birth have stopped, but some ratio have been reduced. We have tried to decline the mortality rate. Mortality rate reduced means the health conditions have been better. Child mortality rate, it's a good thing that the children are living for a longer period now. And life expectancy ratio has been increased. So some better results we have found. It is a good thing. Okay, thereafter, waterborne disease. Waterborne disease means the disease are affecting us just due to the water. Diseases arise due to the malnutritious condition are these days a raising problem for we all in a health point of view, because our water has been infected. At some places, ladies, children and poor families are not getting enough nutritious food. It is a matter of worry for us. Thereafter, lots of the people are suffering of nutritious lacking. Basic minerals are not enough available for them to get in body. Vitamins are not getting there. Protein is not enough reaching to them. So these are the problems. So in that situation, some another problem we have is like environmental pollution and poisonous gases are spreading in our daily life whenever we are passing through any area. So why it is happening? Now you think, due to the increase of urbanization, these problems are arising. Another reason is crowded habitats. When the villages have been destroyed, the people have moved to the urban area, and due to that, the overcrowding condition in urban area is now happening. That is the most disastrous thing. Okay, here you have to understand that this problem is not only problem about pollution, it is a problem relating to the health. So earlier which steps we have taken, these steps could be reduced, because these new problems will create more dangerous condition for eradicating in future. Okay, in this way we have to now focus on more, with more attention on health conditions, and we have to try to respond to these challenges with much better capabilities whichever we can raise in ourselves, right my friends? So today here I discussed with you about the health issues. Okay, next one is sex ratio, means the sex related problem which has been increased. Okay, actually sex ratio shows, as I stated earlier, that numbers of population in term of male and female. Per 1000 male, how much female in India are, is showing us sex ratio. But here that is not a matter for us to discuss. But main problem we have to understand that what is the situation of female in our male dominating society. Because in total population, ratio of the female is 48.46% and male's ratio is 51.54%. It means most probably both are in equal numbers as per counting of census 2011. Census means counting of the population which is done after every 10 years interval. Okay, in viewpoint of these things, we must think about importance of the female, because female is always playing a vital role. Vital means important role in our social structure. They are considered to be human resource in our overall development. But due to the biological differences and upbringing and expectation from the female in the social perspective and the cultural perspective, we are giving more importance to the male. That is the problem in our male dominating society. I obviously repeatedly saying the word male dominating society means we are not giving importance to the female. Otherwise, any country or in all over the world, the human existence is not possible without the female, but we are not giving importance to them. That is our problem. Many families, women are only given importance in household activities, cooking, upbringing the child, looking after the child. No more economic importance given to them. Okay, they are already trying to uplift the country, uplift the family, uplift the nation. But their importance is not being taken in care in terms of the economic perspective. They are not given power, decisive power, decision making power not given to them. That is a big problem we have. They are deprived from the families in economical rights, in educational right. They are being victim of different kind of the social evils. That is the problem we have right now. Problems like parda system, gungat, child marriage, dowry system. These are the social evils. Through these social evils, our female society is passing through. Due to low literacy ratio means the female are not given importance by the family for education also. They are being forced to become the victim of the child infanticide. Infanticide means if by anyhow, see actually illegally to decide the gender of the kid when in the womb of the mother, but due to sonography at so many places doctors are doing illegally, but it is not true. But if it is done, and if it is the information coming to the family that they have now the coming kid is girl, so they kill the girl in the womb of the mother, it is called child infanticide. This is a big problem. For desire of the son, it is happening. Due to the social traditions, it is happening also. And sexual discrimination, there are vast differences in our society for the female that we have to care for that. So in that way, these all are called inequalities in our country. We have to understand this. Okay, one thing more. If we try to understand the statistical data for analysis of sex ratio in India, as per 2015 Human Development Report, India's female HDI is 0.525 and male's HDI ratio is 0.661. Expected life expectancy at the birth for female 69.5 and for male 66.6. For schooling years usually average 11.7, and compared to these 11.7, females are given chance up to 11.3 and males are given chance 11.8. Average schooling is 5.4 years, but in compared to male, female are going less 3.6 years and males are going more 7.2 years. Per capita income, if see here the basic difference is coming, note this words. Females are earning in term of the per capita income 2,116 US dollar and males are earning 8,656 US dollar. In participation of labor force more than 15 years age, female ratio is 27 and male ratio out of the total male 79.9. Proportion of the representation in parliament means in parliament how much population is going in total female. According to 2014 only 12.2%, and in male how much male is contesting the election out of those males which have given chance 77.8%. And in youth literacy ratio you can understand equally most probably, but somehow difference is there. 74.4% female are taking education now between the age of 15 to 24, and in male 88.4% of the males are taking education in same age difference. Okay. By looking to all these things, it is indicating that per capita income of the female is less. They are given less importance and less income generating work, less physical labor giving work, only family based work are given to the female. That is our big problem to understand. We have to, right my friends? So you understand very well what I want to say here. So today I have tried to discuss with you about two basic problems. challenges of human development. In the beginning I discussed, later I started to discuss with you about health issues, and then I started and I discussed with you about sex ratio. Right, my friends? Okay,